Good morning, Dr. Williams. This is Group One. I am Calvin Ballantyne. I'm the leader.
I'm Michael Akins. I'm the secretary.
Brianna Adams, the timekeeper.
And I'm Brittany Childs, the summarizer.
And today we will be discussing video one, poor communication, and video two, proper patient care communication techniques. And we have 8 questions that we will be answering for both videos, starting with question number one. Does the healthcare professional convey or show interest about the patient?
So, from what I took from this, no, the healthcare professional did not show any interest about the patient. From the time she sat down, she was very unprofessional, which is unfortunate because the patient was going through her depression stage.
And I agree. For video one, there wasn't really no interest shown from the healthcare professional. When referring to her situation, she referred to it as your stuff, which doesn't really show a lot of interest. And she also did. She also said that the patient's depression was not that big of a deal, right? Like it's something to not really be interested in. So yeah. Question number two, does the healthcare professional show respect for the patient?
In this video, the healthcare professional does not show respect for the patient. The provider in the video is shown treating the patient like she's just one more thing to get off of her checklist. She does this by belittling the patient's concerns, displaying a dismissive attitude towards the patient and her suicidal ideations, and she even takes a phone call during her session with the patient. During this video, I observed the following negative communication examples, and that was giving her personal opinion and providing disapproving statements. Both of these examples are displayed when the provider suggests people killing themselves is very weak of them to do. In moments of vulnerability and depression, the last thing a provider should do is offer a personal opinion shaming someone's experience.
To piggyback on Brittany, I agree. Um, Especially referring from the video one, she didn't respect the patient at all. The healthcare worker, and what the patient was going through. She told the patient numerous times that her problems really didn't matter, and she also disapproved about her wanting to kill herself and said whoever wants to kill themselves is weak. So I feel like that's like almost verbal abuse, especially when she was going through already. Because I'm pretty sure that was her last straw coming to somebody professionally for help, and for them to tell somebody that their problems don't matter and that they're weak minded for wanting to kill themselves. Yeah, that's pretty cutthroat.
All right. For question number three, does the healthcare professional show kindness to the patient? I don't think so in video one, not at all. The nurse says some things and did some behaviors that just wasn't okay. She stopped in the middle of the conversation multiple times. The first time to talk to a colleague, and the second time to answer a phone call. And that's not okay. It's not kind, especially due to the context of the conversation. You're talking about somebody's depression, and that's just not okay to do, especially as a healthcare professional. She also gave one of the non-therapeutic communication responses that is talked about in Article 1, and that is to give a personal opinion. She gave her own opinion about suicidal thoughts to the patient and basically saying that you're weak-minded if you have those kind of thoughts, which also isn't kind, especially as a healthcare professional trying to help somebody get better. All right, so question number four. Based on your readings, does the healthcare professional follow any rules of therapeutic communication?
Uh, yes. And video two, the healthcare worker does follow proper communication skills. The healthcare professional is following all the therapeutic skills, especially because she has comforted her when she's when the patient was a little irritated and wanted more medicine to deal with her discomfort. And she also acknowledged that she had other patients and that she couldn't just like focus her all of her time on her and that she had to take care of multiple people in the building. So I mean, just being considerate and trying to like kind of like de-escalate things by making her more comfortable is what she showed her therapeutic communication.
I agree. I didn't really witness any therapeutic communication in the first video, but in the second video, the second part of that video, the nurse was active listening to the patient. She got down on eye level. She let the patient express her feelings, making her feel validated and understood.
Now, I also wanted to piggyback, or I understand what you're saying, but I also want to notate for question number three. I think when it came to the video of the poor communication, being the fact that it asks, does the healthcare professional show kindness to the patient? Um, she did not at all. I never seen any type of caring, empathy, more than it was nonchalant. Um, didn't really, or shall I say, wasn't mindful of the patient's feelings because she was going through her depression stage.
All right, thank you, Brianna. For question number five, does the healthcare professional interrupt the patient?
Uh, I have yes referring to video one of poor communication. The skills the doctor interrupts the patient when she is talking about her depression. Going back to that, it said it was very not therapeutic for her because she was giving her personal opinions and the doctor didn't show any sympathy. Um, yeah, I mean, I truth be told, I mean, just in the real world, nobody want to be interrupted, no matter what they're doing, what they're saying. So I mean, I that's just me personally. I kind of find that disrespectful, and I don't really tolerate disrespect. So that's just my input on that. Question number six.
Okay, question number six. Does the
Oh.
healthcare professional maintain proper eye contact with the patient?
In video two, initially, I feel like eye contact was maintained, but proper eye contact was more displayed in the second video when the um, healthcare provider got on eye level with the patient. I just feel like it just provides a more personal experience. In that first video, like in the first part of that second video, the patient is seen like hovering over the patient. And she's just able to like cross her arms, and that just gives a negative like reading from the healthcare provider. But the second video, when she is on the eye level, she like maintained eye contact, that was displayed.
I'm in agreement with you, Bree. I mean, Britt. Um, I also had a video too. The healthcare maintains great eye contact with the patient, which also shows therapeutic communication. The reason I say that is great because I mean, anyway, when I talk to anybody in regular life, what in it everyday life, I always make eye contact with them. That's just like a sign of respect. And show me that you like really care what I'm talking about, like that we hear. You feel me? I feel like if you're not making eye contact with me while I speak to you, I feel like you just really don't care. Like you're just uninterested. And I'm like, I might stop talking. So I'm like, for a healthcare worker, to show eye contact, that just made me more comfortable and like maybe want to open up more. It's just what I got going on. So.
All right.
All right, so now for question number seven. After watching the video and reviewing the articles, what are two positive nonverbal communication examples did you observe that were not mentioned? So for me, in the second part of the second video, the nurse did the whole solar technique that's discussed in Article 1. She did that very well, especially the S and the L part of solar, and that is sitting down. She sat down and talked to the patient and gave her eye contact as well. And also the L part of solar, she was as she was sitting down and talking to the client, she was leaning towards the client as well, which is both two good nonverbal communications when handling the patient.
Alrighty.
All right, so now for question number 8. After watching the video and reviewing the articles, what are 2 negative nonverbal communication examples did you observe that were not mentioned?
And so I noticed quite a few negative nonverbal communication skills, and one of them was hovering above the patient in that second half of that video, and then she was also seen crossing her arms. When the provider in that first video came, she just kind of like flopped herself down, um, just not just like not paying much attention to the patient in that first video. So those are some of the negative non therapeutic communication that I witnessed in both videos.
The ones that I noticed in video 2 was the nurse wasn't sitting down in the first part of video 2. She wasn't sitting down. She was, like you said, she was hovering over the patient. And she also had her arms folded while the patient was talking to her. Both are examples of uh, bad nonverbal communication. You're supposed to sit down instead of hovering, and you're not supposed to have your arms folded.
I agree.
I agree.
All right, so that is all the questions. Does anybody else have anything else that they want to add?
No, so I mean, if are y'all good? Do y'all want me to summarize everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead, right, Bree. Go ahead.
um, just therapeutic communication. It seems like we all agree that therapeutic communication is extremely important in healthcare. And you providers, healthcare workers do this by active listening to each other patient, by using both verbal and nonverbal cues, showing that they're open and making the patient feel, like heard and seen, and just like showing empathy, asking open-ended questions, clarifying, making sure that each process is understood, and maintaining appropriate boundaries, just like not offering your personal experience, not belittling or dismissive or being dismissive towards anything that the patient has to say. I think that, healthcare workers improving their therapeutic communication skills will definitely improve just a lot of the trust that society has in the healthcare system, truthfully, period. And I think that it will definitely help reduce health disparities by recognizing and acknowledging clear individual concerns.
All right. That is it for everyone. Thank you all for meeting today. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Brianna. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being
Thank
awesome
y'all.
team workers.
Shout out Miss Williams.
Oh yeah, Miss Williams, Dr. Williams, Dr. Williams.
Plus 10 bonus points.